Has anyone ever called you disorganized when you were actually on top of your game? Or maybe too sensitive when you were just being empathetic? It's confusing, right? And after a while, it really starts to hurt. You might even begin to wonder, is it me? Am I the problem? But what if I told you their criticisms aren't about you at all? What if they're accidentally handing you a map to their own insecurities? This is a powerful defense mechanism called projection, and today you'll learn exactly how to spot it and, more importantly, how to protect your peace. So, what is psychological projection? Simply put, it's when someone takes their own unwanted thoughts, feelings, or traits and dumps them onto someone else. And here's the kicker. It's almost always an unconscious process. Instead of their brain admitting, wow, feel really insecure right now, it does a quick switcheroo and says, you are so insecure. This gives them a fleeting moment of relief and keeps their self-image intact. But this faulty defense mechanism can really damage relationships and create huge misunderstandings. So, why do people do this? There are a few key reasons. First, it's about an unwanted trait. Because a person can't accept a certain quality in themselves, their brain becomes hyper-aware of it in other people, even when it's not really there. For example, someone who is secretly envious of your success might accuse you of being arrogant. Second, they might fear your strengths. Your confidence or success can feel like a bright, shining mirror, reflecting everything they feel they're missing. So, a person who feels powerless might call your assertiveness bossy. They read trying to tear down your strength, because its very presence feels like a judgment on their own perceived weakness. Third, it's the blame game. Projection is a fantastic way to avoid responsibility. It's so much easier to blame someone else than to face your own failures. This is the partner who picks a fight out of nowhere and then accuses you of being too sensitive when you get upset. By making you the problem, they free themselves from any need to look inward or change. And fourth, there are echoes from the past. Many people who project learned it as a survival skill in childhood. If they grew up in a home where expressing anger was considered bad, they may have learned to completely repress it. Now, as adults, they start seeing that disowned anger everywhere else, reacting to you with an intensity that just doesn't match the situation. So, how do you handle it when someone projects onto you? First, and most importantly, see it for what it is. The moment you realize their criticism is a projection, it loses its power over you. Their words are a reflection of them, not you. Repeat this to yourself. This isn't about me. This is their stuff. Second, do not absorb the negativity. When someone projects, they are handing you a package filled with their negative feelings. You don't have to accept it. Don't argue or try to prove them wrong. You can't win an argument against a projection. Simply hold your ground with a calm statement like, I don't see it that way. Third, set firm boundaries. A boundary isn't a wall to punish someone. It's a line you draw to protect your own peace. You can say something like, I hear that you're upset, but I'm not okay with being spoken to like that, and if things get too intense. You always have the right to end the conversation. The next time someone hits you with a criticism that feels totally off base, just pause. Look past their words and see the reflection. More often than not, people who project are unconsciously trying to shield themselves from their own pain. Now, this doesn't excuse their behavior, but understanding it empowers you to unhook from the drama. Their projection is their story, not yours. You get to write your own. And thanks to this new awareness, you'll be able to step back from these behaviors without taking them personally. But remember, pointing out their projection directly often backfires. It's a defense of their ego, so they'll likely reject the evidence. Real freedom doesn't come from getting them to understand. Not everyone chooses a path of personal growth, and accepting that is part of your own healing. The real liberation is within you. If this video helped you make sense of a difficult dynamic, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Have you ever been on the receiving end of projection? Sharing your experience could help so many others feel less alone. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.